Dogs amaze us with their incredible abilities, from detecting diseases to predicting earthquakes. Join us as we uncover the fantastic talents of our furry friends that can change and even save our lives. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing insights into the world of dogs. Number 1. Dogs detect emotions. Recent studies reveal that dogs can discriminate between human and canine facial expressions and vocalizations, and also integrate the information. Scientists presented dogs with faces along with emotional sounds, happy or angry. Surprisingly, the dog showed a clear preference for the face that matched the sound, indicating they recognize and integrate images and sounds. Dogs possess complex mental processes capable of categorizing positive and negative emotions. This strengthens their bond with humans and helps them establish and maintain long-term relationships with us. Isn't it amazing that your dog can sense how you're feeling just by looking at you and hearing your voice? Number 2. Dogs trigger feel-good chemicals in humans. Petting your dog feels good, right? Well, it's all thanks to oxytocin, the love hormone. This powerful chemical promotes reduced stress, lowers blood pressure, and helps form emotional bonds. Researchers measured blood oxytocin levels before, during, and after an interaction between dogs and their owners. In both humans and their pets, oxytocin levels increased after the interaction. Additionally, there was a significant reduction in heart rate for both, confirming an anti-stress effect. Any interaction with our furry friends boosts our oxytocin levels and enhances our well-being. But you already knew your furry friend is a bottomless well of love and happiness, didn't you? Number 3. Gestures speak louder than words. Dogs are skilled at interpreting human gestures such as pointing, eye direction, and body posture. In fact, they trust these gestures more than words. In a study, researchers provided dogs with contradictory voice and gesture commands. For example, the voice said sit, and the gesture was lie down, simultaneously, and they preferred to follow gestures instead of words. Interestingly, this preference for gestures didn't hold when the verbal command come was paired with the gesture stay, and the owner moved away. This highlights their motivation to stay close to people. Remember, when chatting with your dog, your gestures shout louder than words. Pretty clever, right? After all, anyone can lie with words, but faking body language? Not so much. Number 4. Canine linguists. A study featuring a famous border collie unveiled remarkable dog linguistic abilities. Chaser learned and retained greater than 1,000 names of objects like stuffed animals, balls, etc., and demonstrated a clear understanding that each name corresponded to a specific object. She also learned categories when asked to retrieve an item from a specific category like ball or frisbee. She selected the correct item from a set of options. Chaser also showed the ability to learn through exclusion. When presented with a novel object among familiar ones, clever Chaser successfully identified the new object, employing logical reasoning to exclude the object she already knew. Dogs have some serious brain power when it comes to learning language, especially super trainable breeds like border collies. Did you know our fluffies could be such brilliant linguists? Number 5. Dogs are empathetic. Contagious yawning in humans is associated with the activation of brain networks related to empathy and social skills. An intriguing study explored whether dogs also yawn contagiously. Researchers exposed that dogs yawn from people. The results? Almost all dogs yawn during the experiment when observing people yawning. Even more interestingly, dogs yawn more frequently when they saw their owners yawning compared to strangers yawning. This suggests that dogs don't just mimic our yawns, their empathy and social bonds drive this response. It shows that empathy is stronger between those with close emotional ties, more proof that our bond with dogs is genuinely deep and sincere. Number 6. Dogs can smell feelings. Scientists have discovered that dogs are capable of recognizing human emotions through scent. Researchers collect sweat from humans while they experienced fear and happiness. The odors were presented to the dogs, and the researchers observed behavioral changes. The dogs showed significantly higher heart rates. That means greater stress when exposed to the smell of fear compared to the smell of happiness. The heightened arousal suggests emotional contagion between humans and dogs. In other words, your dog can actually smell when you are afraid or happy, reacting according to your emotions. Crazy, right? Number 7. Dogs can smell diseases. Roy, a Belgian Malinois, participated in a study where he was able to detect breast cancer in skin samples from 200 patients. Without any direct contact with the patients, he correctly identified over 80% of the positive samples. In another study, Blatt, a Labrador Pit Bull mix, showed an impressive 97% accuracy in detecting lung cancer in gases exhaled by patients. Dogs can detect a variety of diseases like diabetes, seizures, even bacterial infections. Their incredibly olfactory system detects substances at extremely small concentrations, such as parts per trillion, with great accuracy. We can already envision a future where clinical detection dogs are commonplace in disease screening. And the best part? They absolutely love having jobs. Number 8. Dogs predict natural disasters. Since ancient times, it's been observed that animals exhibit anomalous behaviors before earthquakes. A recent study investigated the behavior of dogs near the epicenter of a moderate magnitude earthquake in Italy, measuring the dog's activity using activity sensors. Periods when the dog showed prolonged activity above normal were followed by occurrences of high-magnitude seismic activity. Changes like ionizations in the air are noticeable to dogs, thus they react to these before the earthquake occurs. Dogs' ability to predict earthquakes could potentially save lives by providing early warnings of catastrophic events. Isn't it incredible that our loyal companions might be such great forecasters? Number 9. Dogs recognize treats. In a study conducted in Kingston, researchers interviewed people from agencies such as police, military, customs, security companies to gather insights on how dogs recognize danger. Dogs amplify and extend the limits of human senses. They can identify visual and auditory threats and use their extremely acute sense of smell, detecting substances like adrenaline, changes in blood and sweat, like lie detector machines. During stressful situations, there are changes in chemical compounds emitted by people, and dogs can smell them. Also, their highly developed ability to read body language and facial expressions allows them to identify threatening, friendly, and neutral postures. Thus, dogs' acute sensitivity to the behavioral and physiological signals of shady characters proves their sentinel skills, helping us humans stay alert to dangers we might miss. So when your dog doesn't trust someone, take the hint. Your pup's got a nose for trouble. Number 10. Dogs' owners' bonds are like parent-child bonds. Proximity to an attached figure provides security known as the secure base effect in babies, according to the British psychologist John Bowlby. A study investigated this in dogs. In sessions with the presence of strangers, with and without their caregivers present, dogs sought contact with their caregivers and demonstrated using the caregiver as a secure base. They showed stress in the presence of a stranger in the absence of a caregiver. Functional MRI data revealed that when dogs looked at their caregivers, brain regions associated with emotion and attachment are activated. These results show the dogs are important family members who can form intense emotional connections with their humans. Isn't it heartwarming to know that our dogs love us just as much as we love them? And that's it. I hope you enjoyed these incredible talents of our loyal companions. Can you believe dogs can smell emotions or even diseases? Let us know what the craziest dog ability was and if you've seen it in real life. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share the video to spread the love for dogs everywhere. We'll catch you in the next video.